Hi everyone, I'm Justin Morgan. Well, this is on my mind. This is on my mind, ladies and gentlemen. The ice cream trucks. That's in the headlines today. The food delivery people. Let's get to it. Are open. So the food delivery truck or the food store cart, whatever, delivering ice cream throughout the neighborhood. The concerning is that there could be a criminal that's inside the ice cream truck. Like, for an example, it could be like a sex predator, or could be like a rapist or whatever, like what's going on with Andrew Cuomo, who's accused of sexually harassing women. But the concerning is that even though the food carriers like essential workers or whatever, these type of people, like the ice cream lady that I saw in the neighborhood when I was in the Spokane area on Tuesday, and then again on yesterday, what happened was that this ice cream lady in the neighborhood over by Northtown Mall, she's driving the ice cream truck, right? Well, even though masks are required. I'm a little bit concerned that this ice cream lady could be like a sex offender. Or could be that she's like a criminal. Any type of criminal. Whether she has a weapon, whether she wants to riot or loot in the Spokane area, whether she's a racist or not, a hater, Biden hater or Trump hater, or just hates any politician. This is concerning for some of us here locally because she could be a racist for all we know. And this is very concerning for some of us because, I know of some of my friends that have kids. And I'm a little bit concerned that these type of criminals, like the ones that work for the ice cream company, the ice cream factory places or whatever, like for an example, over at Baskin Robbins or over at Blue Bunny. Here's what I'm concerned about. Now that it's spring and summer's around the corner, what I'm concerned about, even though we're socially distanced, what I'm concerned about is that Democrats are letting these type of criminals drive for the ice cream company. Any type of ice cream company. Doesn't matter if it's a food factory or not. But this is a very concerning situation. And on tonight's Local Justice with Justin Morgan, that would be me, we're going to be doing a 2608 on your side investigation. Could these type of criminals also be looking for the job and the Democrats are allowing this to happen? While we look into it, we're going to be doing some investigation on that. Plus, next week, we'll be doing some investigation on that. Because here's what we are very concerned about. There is a possibility that this ice cream lady could be a sex predator in the Spokane area. She could be sexually harassing children, sexually harassing men, sexually harassing anybody. She could also be a transgender, which, by the way, the Democrats are allowing these type of transgenders to work in these type of communities, that could also be a sex predator. That's very concerning to some of us, and to the Republican conservatives and Trump supporters, whatever. It's very concerning to the parents in general. Parents should not have to deal with sex predators, whether they're in the ice cream truck or not. It's bad enough that you're dealing with a criminal that's a sex offender, like Governor Cuomo of New York State, Democrat governor who is a sex predator who sexually harassed women. After 9 or 10th woman have accused Governor Cuomo of sexually harassing her. You can't be doing that in the workplace. Can't be sexually harassing anybody. And you can't be sexually harassing anybody on the school property either. On the federal property. It's against the law. You could go to jail for that. But if you even dare, it doesn't matter if you're wearing a mask or not. And if you even dare to try to sexually harass anybody in a workplace, and Democrats are allowing you to get away with it, good luck with trying to find a next job because all the other places won't allow you to work. In our book, I think it should be against the law for any criminal, doesn't matter if you're a sex predator or not, to work in the workplace. Like for Spokane Transit Authority, any transit, any federal property, any grocery stores. It should be against the law. If it's against the law to riot and loot down there in Florida or any Republican-run state, it should also be against the law for any sex predators, any criminals, to work for a food factory or for a school or anywhere. It should be against the law. And anybody tries to hire you, they should refuse to do so, because those of you that are criminals out there may be sexually harassing people. Or then again, you could be firing a gun at another person for no reason. You could be doing that with mental problems, mental health problems, or anything like that. It's kind of a crazy world nowadays, but it doesn't matter. I am really worried that this ice cream lady could be a sex predator. Even though we're all socially distanced and stuff, I'm a little bit worried that this ice cream lady from Spokane, Washington, could be a sex predator, could be sexually harassing children. And that's a violation of a law. You could go to jail for that. And your Democrat governor in your state is probably going to allow this to happen. It's bad enough that Biden's allowing all the other stuff to happen, like the border crisis. But who the hell do these type of Democrats think they are to hire these type of criminals? Like that ice cream lady that could be in the Spokane area, that could be working for an ice cream parlor. A parlor shop over at the ice cream factory. Who the hell do you think you are, governors? It's bad enough we're dealing with a pandemic. We're dealing with a pandemic as it already is. And we're trying to social distance as best as we can and follow the CDC guidelines. We don't need these type of sex predators working for an ice cream factory. Doesn't matter if there's COVID or not. You don't need these type of criminals in Spokane working for an ice cream factory. This ice cream lady that was delivering the ice cream in the neighborhood over by Northtown Mall belongs in jail. She belongs in jail if she's a sex offender or a sex predator. It's bad enough that teachers were like that. Even though you guys are all remote learning or whatever, doesn't matter. It should be against the law for sex predators to be working for your factory. It should be about law and order, not having criminals working for any factory. It is very dangerous. And whoever hired this ice cream lady in the first place, they should do a background check. A harder background check. Because you never know. These type of people like that could be a sex predator. And you Democrats don't give a damn. All you care about is trying to claim that we're following the science and the data of COVID-19. We get that. We're trying to follow the science and the data. But you don't get to use coronavirus as an excuse to keep people at home. You don't get to do that. What you're trying to do is you're trying to have these type of sex predators, like the one in the Spokane area, by the way, could be working for the ice cream parlor. That could be driving the ice cream truck. Currently, she could be a sex predator, or she could be a Biden and Harris supporter, or a racist. And you're allowing these type of criminals to work for the manufacturers and for public transportation? Really? You stupid hypocrites. And that's the reason why we voted for Trump and voted for Cope for a Republican governor. So we don't have these type of criminals working in a child's school, working for your child's favorite ice cream parlor shop, or any food parlor shop. Doesn't matter if it's essential or not. These type of criminals should not be working. They should be unemployed. These type of criminals should be unemployed maybe on food benefits. I don't know. But they should be on SSI or something like that. Or on unemployment benefits. No doubt about that. Because they shouldn't be working. They should not be working at all for any manufacturer places. But the Democrats allowed them to get away with it. And that is a violation. And no one is above the law, including the Democrats, including President Biden, and Washington Democrat Governor Inslee in the state of Washington. No one is above the law, including President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris and Democrat Governor Jay Inslee in the state of Washington and Lieutenant Governor Danny Heck, the Democrat Lieutenant Governor, who should resign, and Governor Jay Inslee should resign. And President Biden should get impeached, as well as Vice President Harris. She should also get impeached as well. So, if you don't do your job the right way, then you don't deserve to get called governor in the state of Washington, Inslee. And neither do you, Biden. You don't deserve to get called president. You don't deserve to be called president. The only president that deserves to be called president is Donald Trump. And the only person that deserves to be called governor in the state of Washington is Republican former governor candidate, Lauren Cope. He should be called governor of Washington State. Because we all believe in law and order. And yes, our Republican mayor wants law and order, all right. And we want more police present in downtown. But that does not mean hire sex predators at any places at all. That does not mean to hire any sex predators in any place at all. And it should not mean breaking any laws by sexually harassing anybody or rioting and looting. We believe in law and order. We believe in law and order, and we don't believe in rioting and looting like what's going on in not downtown Seattle, but downtown. Well, it could be happening in downtown Seattle, but we don't know for sure. But we should also impeach all the Democrats in Olympia, not only in the White House, but in Olympia, as well in the state of Washington, and down there in King County. Democrats should get impeached. Bottom line, because you're not doing a good job. And you're not doing a good job as a governor in the state of Washington, Inslee. And Biden's not doing a good job as a president of the United States. Bottom line. And that's my open. Let me know what you think on my Facebook and Twitter, hashtag KHJMJustin. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. I'm Justin Morgan, KHJM Newsmax 606.